when they advise you to be quarantined for 14 days and isolated from nobody. Can't even get a haircut from my barber. They want me to stay away from him.
Okay.
I'm looking like Tom Hanks off Castaway. She can't even go and get her hair done, so she gonna just cut them out herself. Little Whoopi Goldberg over here. The struggle is real in the James household right now. Boo, you good? You need some help? You got it? Hey, man. We gotta do what we gotta do.
So I was sitting down at my desk the other day and I was trying to come up with some content to create for you guys, and a part of me just sat down and said, dude, what on earth are these NBA players doing right now that they're in a quarantine? What do they do to pass the time? And I did some research, and you'd be shocked at what some of these guys do. It could be anything from working out, like LeBron James is doing over here, to making TikToks, which you're going to see multiple NBA players are now on TikTok as a result of the quarantine. So what's going on, guys? Your boy TheFlightMike back again with some NBA news. And ironically, this might be one of the few videos I make where you're not going to hear my voice a lot. So if you're new to the channel, you want to get the latest and greatest NBA news straight to your device, take a moment to drop a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. I don't mean to sound pitiful or beg or anything, but it's tough times for NBA content creators, and any little bit of help will go a long way. On top of that, if you're a fan of football or soccer, I have a soccer channel and an NFL channel in the description down below, and I'm also breaking into live streaming on Twitch and TikTok. And speaking of TikToks, guess who is now on TikTok, guys?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Coos. I'm finally on TikTok. I've been seeing a lot of funny videos, so I thought I would just join the... Oh, hell!
Did it stop recording? So I just got back from picking up supplies in the practice for the... Gah! What? Like...
Well, other than making TikToks, which I 100% understand, they're so much fun to make, NBA players have been doing... I'm sorry, I just can't take Jason Tatum seriously here. But NBA players have been doing other stuff, like spending time with their families.
Oh, that was it! That was it! That was it! What the fuck?
That turkey.
Strike me up.
Honestly, this one with Bradley Beal and his fiance and their child is absolutely adorable, where they like flip the son over. And I feel like this is a great way to spend time with your family, especially given that there's nothing to do and typically these athletes are away from their homes. But there's a specific activity that all these players are doing, well, most of them are doing, that absolutely just puts a smile on my face. And some of these players, believe it or not, are absolutely on their grind. Take Hassan Whiteside, for example, and you have to understand, Hassan Whiteside has a huge chip on his shoulder after being traded from the Miami Heat to the Portland Trail Blazers unceremoniously, and then watching his Miami Heat go on a complete tear in the Eastern Conference, and of course, the fact that the Portland Trail Blazers started out this season playing abysmally. They've been playing a little bit better up until the suspended season, and you will get a guy that used to be considered to be a fairly goofy individual and is still considered to be a fairly goofy individual who is absolutely motivated to use this time off to become the best possible basketball player that he can be. Now, a lot of you guys know that I am very enthusiastic about fitness. I post about it on my TikTok all the time, and honestly, the thing that I'm noticing that Hassan Whiteside's paying the most attention to here is his core strength. And I'm going to show you another player that has an absolutely remarkable core after Hassan Whiteside's lift here.
Yo, man, another great day, another QL. That's quarantine list for anybody that's new. Y'all be safe out there. Keep watching
Now, during these times, there's actually a very fascinating trend that athletes are doing in order to stay fit. And it's challenging one another into these push-up contests on their Instagram stories. And the one that's been the most consistent with them, without a doubt, has to be Trae Young. I've seen many of them on his stories on a day-to-day basis, and he always challenges other players. But I don't think there's anyone in the NBA, including LeBron James, which we're going to get to in a second, that's been taking this time more seriously to improve his game and improve his body than Trae Young, almost to a ridiculous extent. Speaking of which, if any of my followers on Instagram decide to tag any of my handles, whether it be my personal Instagram, the Michael Muradian account, or at TheFlightMike, and challenge me to a push-up contest, I will 100% respond. For those of you guys that have been hitting my DMs for a shout out, this is probably the best way to get it. That's not the only news I have for you guys in regards to Trae Young. You see, I wasn't kidding when I said Trae Young is taking his fitness extremely seriously, because he tweeted out this picture of him wearing a mask and holding a basketball, saying "Masked Trae," implying that he's about to go train despite the conditions that he is in. But get this, because Donovan Mitchell had some choice words for him, and it's kind of funny because it's coming from Donovan Mitchell. He responded to this tweet saying, "Boy, if you don't just sit down and watch some Netflix." And Trae Young responded by saying, "I got too bored doing that." I really cannot blame him either. But bro, I know that you guys wanted to get an update from the king, and here's the thing. Wow, I didn't mean to rhyme there, but here's the thing. I am absolutely in shock at how LeBron James is handling this situation. You have to understand that many players, and the huge concern for the entire NBA, is the fact that you understand that in the NBA, in the very beginning of the season, yeah, there's hype. We're very happy that the NBA season's back, but most players are merely just trying to knock off the rust. Am I right? Like the first basketball game of the season, when you watch players, they're not hitting their open threes, they're not hitting open shots, they're not driving as aggressively to the rim. Some players kind of give up on defense. You guys get what I'm saying. And as the months go by, I'd say about 2 months into the season, around Christmas time, is when basketball players start to get up to speed. And then the real NBA season truly begins once the NBA All-Star Game has been played. You see, at that point, there's about a 2.5 month span where basketball teams understand what they must do to get to where they need to be. We need to win X amount of games in the Pelicans case. We need to win X amount of games with Zion Williamson to make it into the playoffs in his rookie year so he can have the appropriate experience to make sure, so he can get a taste of the playoffs as soon as he possibly can. Same with Brandon Ingram, same with Lonzo Ball, but you get what I'm saying. Or another instance is the Los Angeles Lakers. They're all in shape. We understand what lineups we should play, what rotations we should play, what's our money plays. Whenever Anthony Davis is cold, what do we do? Whenever LeBron James is cold, what do we do? You guys get what I'm saying. Now, you're giving these players, now that the NBA season's been suspended, you're giving these players time off. And I've already shown you guys that not exactly every player is on their grind. And I don't blame them. They're not machines. They're human beings. I understand that. But that's the one thing that's actually a little scary, because the league is set to resume in about 2 months' time. And let me know in the comment section if you think it's sooner or later, but I believe it's 2 months at the very least. And say it does resume, okay? There's a bunch of logistic issues, like how long should the season be, and when do the playoffs start? Should they even play a regular season? But if you don't play a regular season, basketball players are going to come into the season completely out of shape. So you have this situation where you don't exactly know what to do, and you see players like LeBron James truly making the most out of their time off. You see, LeBron James is coming out here. I understand he's working out his delts. I understand he's doing side lateral raises, and he's doing some tricep work, and he's doing some post delt work as well. But it's very relaxing to see. I'm personally very happy to see LeBron James is still locked in, man. Everything that this guy does is to make sure that he's in the best position to succeed and win championships. And I only hope that the same could be said. I'm trying to choose to view this in a positive light. Like maybe this time off will allow Kawhi Leonard to rest and not manage his load as much, or Paul George to fully heal from that injury he had, or even Zion. There's not going to be as much weight on that meniscus. Maybe that'll allow him to recover a decent amount. And I don't know. I don't mean to go off on a tangent here. These are the thoughts I thought when I saw LeBron James working out, because immediately I thought, okay, LeBron James is working out, but are all the other basketball players working out? So now you guys understand who has been most on their grind. For the most part, Hassan Whiteside, Trae Young, LeBron James have absolutely been locked in, even though the season's been suspended. But if there's any other players that I missed out on, make sure, guys, tweet me clips, DM me clips on Instagram, send whatever stories you can. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you want a part 2 of it, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I've never made content like this before. Aside from that, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'll catch you guys in our next upload.